Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Palace at Warren G. Harding High School for tonight's All-American Conference Boys Basketball game. On behalf of the Warren City Schools Board of Education and the administration of Warren G. Harding High School, we would like to welcome you to tonight's contest featuring our guests, the Boardman Spartans. In order to make tonight's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and of course, your team and the opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great by remembering to respect the game. At this time, we would ask those who are able to please stand, and for the gentlemen to remove their hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the All-American Conference. Tonight's officials are John Wolf, Joe Romano, and Charles Williams. And now the three teams for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Spartans. Boardman is led by head coach Pat Birch, who is assisted by Steve Flores and Tom King. Starting at guard for the Spartans, a 6'3" senior, number 1, DJ Evans. Starting at forward, a 6'5" junior, number 2, Trey DiPietro. Starting at guard, a 5'9" junior, number 4, Seth Cervello. Starting at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 14, Spencer Smith. And starting it forward, a 6'6" senior, number 25, Ethan Anderson. And now for your Warren G. Harding Raiders. Starting at guard, a 6' sophomore, number 22, Donovan Aaron. Starting at guard, a 6' junior, number 12, Johnny Taylor. Starting at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 23, Dom Foster. Starting at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Ty Pennington. And starting at forward, a 6'4" senior, number 24, Aston Pinks. The Raiders are led by head coach Keelan Franklin, assisted by King Garner, Aaron Elder, and Brian Wright.
Good evening, Raider Nation. Thanks for joining us here at WSCN. We're live once again, the Palace at Atlantic and Elm. You've just had your starting lineups. And tonight, your Raiders play host to the Boardman Spartans. The Spartans coming into Warren tonight with a 10-3 overall record and 4-0 in the AAC. Harding off to a rough start this season, 1-6 overall and 1-2 in the conference. And along with Fred Whitaker, ready for another ball game.
I'm ready to go. How you feeling tonight?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Absolutely. It'd be nice to see the Raiders pull out this win here. Make a little bit of impact here in the conference.
And Boardman controls that opening tip. It's a pass underneath to Spencer Smith, and Spencer Smith gets the scoring started for Boardman.
Great cut to the hoop there by Smith. Great way to start the game for the Spartans.
Boardman starting off with some full court pressure, making it tough on the Raiders to get the ball up court, but they do break the pressure. They're setting up their offense now. Johnny Graham driving inside and can't get that one to go. Ball's controlled once more by Boardman. Troy DiPietro bringing it up court. Sorry, that's Trey DiPietro. Spencer Smith drives the lane, can't get it to go, but he does draw a foul. And it looks like that's going to go against Ty Pennington. That'll be his first of the ball game.
Very interested to see working in the post there a little bit. We had number 25, Ethan Anderson, 6'6", working for the Spartans. And he was working down there against Aston Bates, number 24 for the Raiders. That should be a great matchup to watch tonight.
DiPietro connects on the first one. And he hits on the second, and Boardman jumps out to a 4-0 lead. And again, Boardman with that pressure.
This has given the Raiders some fits this season, Tom, so I'm interested to see if Boardman's able to stick with it the entire game or if it wears them out.
And they force a turnover there. That pass from Donovan Herron knocked down. And Boardman on the attack once again early in the first quarter. And DJ Evans gets called for turning the ball over a little bit too much. That's a turnover for Hardin.
Looks like Boardman's implementing the strategy of full court pressure here, and then in the offense being very patient, just waiting for something to get open.
Aston Bates tries to drive it in there, and Bates up and off the glass for two, and he'll draw a foul.
Strong move from the big fella down the baseline. Like to see it early.
Aston Bates with a chance for a three-point play.
His first, team's first. Aston Bates at the line, shooting one.
Yeah, Bates converts, and it is a 4-3 ball game. Seth Cervello coming up and setting up the offense for Boardman. That ball is tipped, but controlled by Spencer Smith. Smith sets up from the arc. That ball is off. Ethan Davis with the putback, no good, and Ty Pennington brings it down. Donovan Herron kicks it out to Johnny Graham. Graham can't connect from the three-point arc.
Love to see Graham trailing like that, though, getting the open three opportunity. Hope they try that a couple more times tonight.
Shot by DJ Evans is off the mark, and Harding controls the rebound. Bates gets it over to Graham, and off of Graham's legs, out of bounds. And Boardman will regain possession.
Had two guys in the same area there, and he threw it to the one that wasn't watching, and the one that was couldn't do anything about it.
Gets inside to DJ Evans, who can't get it off the glass, but he does draw a foul in there. And DJ Evans will go to the line for two.
And that was all started by the strategy there. When Anderson got the ball, they converged on him for a double team. And as we've talked about many times, if you got 2-on-1, you got somebody open somewhere. And that was the man open for the drive to the hoop.
Johnny Graham gets called for his first foul of the evening, and that first free throw is off the mark. And Evans connects on his second one. It's a 5-3 ball game. And again, Boardman trying to pressure Harding as they bring the ball up the court. Ty Pennington trying for three, and that was no good. Ethan Davis brings the ball up court. Evans drives a lane, and Evans no good. Bates with the rebound. Bates bringing the ball up court for the Raiders. And now the Raiders set that offense. Don Foster no good from three.
Raiders settling for some early three-point attempts here in all these last couple possessions.
Not quite warmed up to that yet.
No.
And Evans with a nice baseline drive, puts it up and in for two for Boardman. 7-3 Spartans. Tom Foster with the drive, and Foster can't get that off the glass, excuse me. Evans again. And Herron's going to get called for the block. He was looking for the charge, but it went against the defense.
I thought he established some pretty good position there.
That looked pretty good to me as well.
Yeah,
he was stationary.
His reaction was, he was pretty upset about it as well.
I don't think Coach Franklin agreed with that call over there on the other side. And Evans again with the miss on the first end of that two-shot foul.
First look at backboard cam that I've gotten to see tonight. I'm looking over at the monitor there. You know, I love myself some backboard cam.
Backboard cam.
I can't get enough of that.
And Evans connects on his second attempt. It's 8-3 now. Harding finds themselves in a little bit of an early hole. Foster breaks the pressure, brings it up, and Foster off the glass and drives it in.
Going up strong against Ethan Anderson there. Nicely done by Foster. Sometimes speed can trump height.
Well, if they could break that pressure, they're going to have a few of those open.
Yes. Yeah, they've gotten some pressure. They've had some pressure and broken it, but then they're taking threes the other end. That's not really the best thing. You want to try to get the ball inside there when you got numbers.
Evans again follows up his own shot. Rebound to Davis. And that was Ty Ventresco.
Putting up over a couple of Raiders there.
Easton Bates trapped in the corner, and that one's picked off by Cervello. Cervello gets it down to Luke Ryan. Ryan has a block.
I love Cervello's anticipation of that pass down the baseline, and on the other end, I love Duncan Moy coming up from behind and getting that block. Savvy play by the youngster.
Duncan Moy, the freshman. Ty Pennington will check back into the ball game. Easton Bates will take a breather. Cervello sets up for three, and that's off the mark. Rebound, Ethan Davis, the big 6'6" center in there, and he'll get a foul to follow up. Ethan Anderson, I'm sorry. It's Ethan Anderson.
Anderson's going to cause some trouble, you can tell already. He's really controlling it down low. He's got that height. He's got a great positioning. He's a senior, so he's been doing this for a while. Able to get himself in a good position for a lot of offensive rebounds already.
Anderson at the line for two. Connects on the first one.
And if you're a big man with a soft touch at the free throw line, that makes you twice as dangerous.
He'll draw his share of fouls in there, that's for sure, going up like that. And Anderson connects on both of those, and it is a 12-5 Spartan lead. 2:48 to play here in the first quarter. And again, Boardman staying with that full court pressure as Harding tries to bring the ball up.
Bit of an errant pass there, huh?
And Duncan Moy again getting a hand in there, blocking another easy shot. Foster with the jumper, no good. And that foul is going to go.
Maybe on
Johnny
Taylor?
Taylor down there, I believe. Yes, Johnny Taylor is going to pick up the foul, trying to corral that rebound. Went over the back on that one.
Yeah, the Raiders started our last home game that we covered a bit down early as well. Made a nice comeback, if I remember correctly, at the end of the first quarter. So
they were down early against Canfield and tightened it up. Tighten it up the last few minutes of the first quarter, so see if they can repeat that tonight, stay in this game. Anderson again with a move inside, and Anderson inside the paint for another 2.
Nice spin move by the big man there.
Harding now breaks the pressure. Foster brings it in, kicks it back out to set the offense. Ty Pennington for 3. And Harding is ice cold from outside the arc so far tonight. Nice block by Dom Foster.
Foster showing some good length there. Okay, he's got ups for sure. Very athletic young man.
Anderson again, and Anderson takes an extra step on that one.
The Euro step. He took the Euro step there. That was a big Euro step. Raiders got to try to get some offense here. I don't think that Coach Franklin wants them to settle for 3s. They're kind of cold from behind the arc right now, like he said. Got to start working the ball inside a little bit.
Show some patience, that passing around the perimeter until they find something. They've done that with some success. Duncan Moy, and Duncan Moy is off the mark. Ben Alvarico off the mark for Boardman on that one. That ball rolls out of bounds off of Harding. Actually, it's coming off of Boardman, and it's going to be Harding basketball.
Looks like the referees have conferred and call is overturned.
I guess it will go back to Boardman.
Yes. The Raiders timeout here.
Raiders take a timeout, facing a 14-5 deficit with just over a minute to play in the first quarter.
And like you said, we want to see maybe them working the ball down low a little bit, try to get in the post early on. They got a quick score there from Bates down low.
It's early in the game. They're not showing a lot of patience right now as they have in the past.
Right. Yeah, you can't be relying on 3s. I mean, maybe if you catch fire, that'll work out for you sometimes. But you know, every missed opportunity down there, and you're falling further and further behind. So hopefully they get a stop here and they can work it down low to try to get a couple short 2 points.
A lot of ball game left. There's no need to be. Don't have to throw those long-range bombs up all that often this early. Alvarico drives it under, tries to get that one up and in from under the basket, but draws a foul, and it looks like it's going to go against Johnny Taylor. That'll be his second one of the night.
Boardman does have a very solid ability to stay moving offensively. They're creating a lot of screens underneath, but I'm impressed by the Raiders' ability to not give them too many open shots from those. We've only seen a couple so far, so on the defensive end, they're not doing that poorly. It's just the offensive end, they're not cashing it.
Alvarico misses on his first. Foster checking back in for the second free throw. Alvarico connects on his second, and it is a 10-point Boardman lead with 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. See if Harding comes down and maybe shows a little patience trying to get one shot off before the end of the quarter.
Yes.
And Boardman pressuring, and Hightower, and he gets blocked. Donovan Herron making sure that easy basket doesn't go.
Nice block. Yeah, they've given a few of those turnovers here and then been able to get a block on the other end. So they're staying persistent with the pressure, even after a turnover.
Hightower out front, trying to get that Boardman offense set up. Finds a lane and drives it in, and Hightower takes it off the glass. And it is a 17-5 Boardman lead as we wind down this first quarter. Foster trying to drive it in, kicks it out to Ty Pennington, and Pennington connects for three. And finally, the Raiders hit from outside. Alvarico for three, and that is off the mark, and that will end the quarter. 3-point play for Harding to close it to 17-8.
Pennington delivered in there from the corner. Very helpful for the Raiders. He's going into this little break, give them a little bit of momentum. You know, they had to be feeling a little bit desperate after, you know, a few missed opportunities there.
Looking at being down by 12 or so points. Now it's only a 9-point deficit, so again, if the Raiders can show some patience coming on here in the second quarter and close it up before halftime.
We thank you so much for tuning in to WSCN tonight. Fred Whitaker, instructor for WSCN, along with Tom Bird, the voice of the Raiders online here for us, and we appreciate his efforts in being here with us. Thank you so much for lending us your skills, Mr. Bird.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure.
We have several students here that are contributing and doing the filming and the switching and the replay and all of these fun things. So we're happy to have a student-run production here, and we're glad to bring you the sights and sounds of Raider basketball. You can look back over the last few weeks. You'll see some swimming events that we've been able to produce. If you're feeling nostalgic and want to go back into the Raiders football season this year, we had a couple playoff games posted there as well. And boy, we sure would like if you'd hit that subscribe button. We're not begging, but we're pleading. I don't know if that's the same thing, isn't it?
It's a little stronger, I think.
Yeah,
pleading is just a little stronger.
We're not begging, but we're pleading. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd like you to follow us.
And the Raiders get the ball to start the second quarter. Ty Pennington trying again for that 3-point play. Ball batted around. Still loose. And finally, Donovan Heron comes up with it, kicks it back out to Duncan Moy. And Duncan Moy off the mark. Cervello finally winds up with it for the Boardman Spartans.
Nice stroke there.
And that was a three for Spencer Smith to make it 20-8, Boardman.
Nice stroke there from Smith. Well done. Open up a 12-point lead here for Boardman.
Easton Bates for three, and that's off the mark. Evans with the rebound for Boardman.
Just don't feel like the Raiders are getting into an offensive rhythm at all. You know, taking a lot of early threes, and it just feels like they're getting a little frustrated by this Boardman offense.
DiPietro trying to get it in the lane. He can't get that one to go. Harding with the rebound, and now Harding. We'll see if they can set up that offense and show a little patience here. Get some ball movement. Fed inside to Bates. And it looks like Bates will draw a foul on that one.
That's what I like to see. Bates came way out here near the arc, set the pick, was able to get the roll and get the feed down low, drives between two defenders and gets the foul line. That's the kind of offense the Raiders have to run here if they want to get back into this game.
Fouls on Trey DiPietro. That is his second for Boardman. And Bates is good on the first. Johnny Graham checking back in.
Number 30, Johnny Graham.
Bates misses on his second one. DiPietro kicks it back outside. That was off the mark by Spencer Smith, and Pennington with the rebound. Donovan Heron bringing the ball up court. Easton Bates trying to drive it into the lane, and he loses it, but he gets it back and loses it again. DJ Evans comes up with the ball.
Nice hands by Evans there to get that steal.
Evans underneath. And Johnny Graham with his 3rd foul already the ball game. He'll get called for the block on that.
Graham kind of put a hand on him when he was driving down the lane. I thought they were going to call that, and they didn't. And he kind of barely bumped him there, and they called that instead during the shot. So you hate to see him get his 3rd foul so early, but you'd rather see him get the touch foul driving down the lane than get the one that sent him to the line.
Checking back in for Harding, number 10, Duncan Moy.
Duncan Moy will check in for Johnny Graham. He'll take a seat for a little while. And this time Evans connects on both, and it is a 22-9 Boardman lead. Under 6 minutes to play in the half.
Boardman back to the full court. They've kind of taken that off the last couple possessions, but they're back at it again now.
Foster drives it in, gets it off to Bates. Bates up, Bates is blocked. And Ethan Anderson comes up with it, feeds it out to Cervello. That pass was a little too tall in there, and Harding comes up with that one.
That pass is too tall for someone who's 6'6". You know that was a tall pass.
A tall pass.
That was a really tall pass. It went over the 6'6" guy who was jumping.
Foster with the offensive rebound, and he will draw a foul trying to drive that in there.
I think that was Heron who kicked that pass out to Moy. That was a very crisp pass there to get that shot. If you're going to take threes, you want them off those quick passes like that. So I don't mind that bomb so much. Just, you know, cash that in.
Foster connects on his first. That foul was on Spencer Smith. That was his first of the evening. And Foster connects on both. And now Harding trying to apply a little pressure as Boardman brings the ball up court. Pass inside to Evans, and that's blocked. Bates with the rebound. And Foster with the jam!
Good hustle by Foster to get open down at the end of the court. Jam that home.
Great pass by Easton Bates to see him open way down there.
Absolutely, good vision there by Bates.
And that ball's out of bounds, and all of a sudden Harding now with a little bit of momentum. It's 22-13 in Harding basketball.
Just a slam and a turnover, and that'll do it. That'll get your team feeling a little more confident.
Foster again inside. That's no good. And that's going to go to Boardman.
Foster kind of disagreed with that.
And again, Harding trying to apply a little pressure, and it works off again. Here comes Dom Foster driving, and this time he's blocked by Ethan Anderson. Couldn't get it over the big 6'6" man that time.
Yeah, you probably want to reset that offense there when you got the big man waiting for you down there one-on-one.
And that looks like a blocking foul is going to go against Donovan Heron. And that's his second for the evening.
That's the Raiders' 8th foul there. Once you fall down by, you know, this early by 9 or so, you don't want to be giving too many freebies away at the other end. So the Raiders are going to have to be cautious about putting anyone on the line.
DePetro hits on the first end of that one-on-one. Hightower checking back in for Boardman. And DePetro can't find the mark on the second, but Boardman comes up with the offensive rebound off of that free throw. Hightower setting up the offense.
Trying to work it down there to Anderson, looks like. He's been trying to get it down low in the post. Bates doing a good job of giving him some interference, though.
Harding doing a good job closing off the lane.
Call the travel there.
And that'll be a Luke Ryan gets called for the travel on that. Ball goes back over to Harding.
If you want some film to look at how to play defense on a big man down low, Easton Bates just gave you about 25, 30 seconds of great footage there, just how to slow down a big man underneath.
Bates to the corner, Foster looking for three, and that's a little bit short. Hightower with the rebound. Hightower pushing the ball up court. They'll bring it back out, and Ryan for three, and that's no good. Pennington winds up with the rebound. Now it looks like Harding will set that offense up, try to work the ball around, see if they can find something open. Little alley-oop try in there to Dom Foster, and that doesn't go. I think Foster's a little bit too far beyond the backboard.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough shot to make. He kind of got leaned into there when he got the ball, and it kind of pushed him beyond the backboard. That was going to be a tough shot to make. Bates is just sticking to Anderson like glue down there.
This time they get it into Bates, but there's nothing open for him. Hightower from underneath, no good. That ball's out of bounds and goes over to Harding.
In the game for the Spartans, number 10, Ty Ventresco. And number 20.
Less than 2 minutes to play in the half. We have a 10-point Boardman Spartan lead right now. Donovan Herron drives it inside, and Donovan Herron will draw a foul. I think that's going to go against Alvarico.
That's his first.
Not a shooting foul, but sometimes you see Herron there. He just kind of creates offense like that sometimes, the young man does. So that was good to see him being determined, getting a good shot off there.
I like to see Harding try to get that and drive the lane like that. Either get the shot, draw a foul, or maybe that gives you the opportunity to kick something outside for the open shot, as you pointed out earlier.
It draws at least two defenders in. That's going to leave somebody behind the arc open. I know they haven't been hitting well, but if you've got no one near you, you got a much better chance.
Here's the pass underneath the Foster. And Foster gets that one to go, and it's Harding within 8 now. They were down as much as 12 or 13 earlier in the half. They're picking up a little bit.
Boy, Boardman had shifted away from a one-on-one. They've been running to more of a zone that time. That was an interesting shift by them. Not sure what prompted the defensive change, but Harding able to cash in.
Coming up on a minute to play in the half.
And they got the switch now. They were to get Bates to switch.
And Hightower gets it inside for the layup.
Yeah, Anderson was able to get Bates to switch off of him. That left the lane open as he was trying to trade back off again.
Bates drives underneath, and he's going to draw a blocking foul on Ethan Anderson underneath there.
Number 25. Ethan Anderson. It's his first.
That's the big man's first for Boardman. See if Harding can get a last shot off here. Get this underneath 10 points as we go into halftime. Coming up on 20 seconds to play. Inside to Pennington. Pennington for 15. That ball is tipped. And Hightower comes up with it.
The double dribble there.
Hightower's going to get called for the double dribble, and Harding's going to get another shot here at the end of the quarter.
I actually really appreciate the referee showing exactly what happened there. He did the spin move himself.
Visuals, always good to have visuals.
Always good to have visual aids.
Heron off the mark on that, and 2 seconds to play.
Not quite enough time there to get that shot.
That'll do it for the first half, and Boardman and Harding head to the locker room. Spartans 25, Raiders 15. We'll be back in 10.
This one of your favorites, huh? You just stand up here with the camera. I'm going to come back to my room real quick and grab myself a little bit. I do have like water. Yes, I do. I do.
Welcome back, Raider Nations. We get set to start the second half. We start the third quarter with Boardman on top of Harding right now, 25-15, as Boardman gets set to take the ball out and begin this third quarter of play. Anderson drives it inside, up off the glass, and he'll draw a foul. And Boardman starting off with a chance for a three-point play right out of the gates here.
I was praising Bates the first half, especially that second quarter, for kind of shutting him down underneath. That time Anderson was able to get it in. Nice work with the right hand there. Gets the shot and the foul.
Draws the foul on Asen Bates. That's his first of the ball game. And he gets that one to go. The big man has shown some touch at the foul line so far tonight. And the pressure forces Harding to throw the ball out of bounds, and Boardman threatening to opening this game up early in the second half.
Yeah, this is the exact opposite of the start you'd like to see if you're the Raiders coming out from the halftime break.
Evans is off the mark, but follow-up no good for Boardman, and Bates winds up with the ball, brings it up court for the Raiders. Bates will take it into the lane, and he will draw a foul on Ethan Anderson. It's Anderson's second of the night.
Called down on the floor there. Will not go to the line.
Now Harding with an opportunity finally to set up their offense. Johnny Graham for three, and that is off the mark. Anderson brings it down for Boardman, and now Boardman on the attack once more. And Anderson again trying to work inside, and he gets called for the offensive foul on that one. Again, hard defense by Harding underneath when the big man gets the ball. And all of a sudden, that's three fouls on the 6'6" Anderson.
Yeah, you may have to come out. Yeah, he's coming out now. You want to get him off. You don't want to be having him get these fouls many in a row, and then you can work it down low, which is one of the things the Raiders have been missing tonight, I think.
And again, Boardman goes back to that pressure. Harding having a hard time working the ball up court. Finally get it down to Dom Foster in the corner, and Foster pulls up. Bates with the offensive rebound, and Harding keeps the ball.
Boardman team brought their own cheering section here. They're really getting into this defensive stop, this defensive possession here.
Johnny Graham misses on the short jumper. DJ Evans brings it inside. Can't get that one to go. Johnny Graham brings down the rebound. Inside to Aston Bates, and Bates up and in. think if Harding can stay patient, get that ball, work it inside, they've got time to chip away at this.
They do. Ventresco is still 6'4" down there, but I don't know if he has quite the same presence down low against Bates as you see from Anderson.
Get that ball inside to trade to Petro, and DePetro gets it up and in, and it's 30-17 Boardman.
Great move by DePetro there.
And there's a steal for Cervello. Heron hustles after it, gets it back, gets it down to Ty Pennington. Pennington drives it in. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Ty Pennington.
Just may have dipped the shoulder there a little bit, Tom.
That must have been it, because I don't think the defensive man was set in any way, shape, or form on that.
It did not look like that, no. He must have dipped the shoulder or something low. Or that could be a makeup call from earlier.
That's always a possibility.
Yeah, could be a bit of a makeup call. You see that sometimes.
DePetro drives it inside, and DePetro high up off the glass, and he'll get another two. 32-17, and Boardman has opened up a 15-point lead, but DePetro comes right back around and
a little aggressive on that one. Really aggressive.
Commits his third foul. DePetro will take a seat. Luke Ryan will check in for Boardman.
That foul was called earlier on Anderson was almost energized the Boardman Spartans bench a little bit and their team. You can see him responding here.
And Bates drives it in, up and in, and he'll also. Yes, he will draw the foul on that.
Yeah, it was kind of a strange call there. I wasn't sure what they called exactly. I thought he got fouled.
Waiting to see what they were going to come up with there, but that's the first foul on Ty Ventresco, and Bates will go the line, try to complete the three-point play.
Called a lane violation there on Bates, maybe. He was trying to follow the shot.
He was awful quick off the line.
I think he knew he short-armed that one a little bit.
Anthony Hightower with the strong drive down the middle. 34-19. Boardman.
Raiders got numbers.
And again, Dom Foster high over the rim and jams it home. And again, a nice feed from Bates to set that up.
Hoping to see the Raiders dial up the defensive pressure a little bit here. Try to cause a couple turnovers, cut to this lead.
DJ Evans tries to drive it in. He can't get it. He follows it back up. And this time he gets one to go, and he gets the foul to go with it. That'll be the second foul on Aston Bates for this ball game.
Evans has shown flashes of quickness and athleticism tonight, and that one there gets him a three-point opportunity.
A lot of hustle on that. Missed the first one, got his comebacker, drew the foul on it. Now a chance to make it a 16-point Boardman lead, and he does just that as he converts the three-point play.
We've talked about it before. Nothing's as great of an equalizer as offensive rebounds in the game of basketball.
Dom Foster tries to drive it in, drive the lane, and loses a handle on that one, and another Harding turnover.
And number 12, Johnny Taylor.
Patton Stevenson and Johnny Taylor checking in for Harding. A long pass down court to DJ Evans. Well, that was an easy 2 for Boardman there, as they have now opened up an 18-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bates kicks it out to Stevens. No good. That's Luke Ryan from deep in the corner. That's short. Ball will go over to Harding.
Yeah, Harding's got to try to create some turnover opportunities here. You know, maybe start making some from behind the arc, trying to claw back into this game. I mean, Boardman comes in with a very experienced group of juniors and seniors, a lot of height. So they're going to have to really be mistake-free from here on out to really make this a game.
Harding's almost getting to the point now where they're going to have to catch fire from outside the arc. And here's Donovan Herron. And there's the start. Donovan Herron hits for 3.
It's almost like we asked for that. We requested that. And he served it up for us.
That's a 30-second timeout.
Harding takes a timeout with just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. 15-point Boardman Spartan lead here at the Palace on Atlantic and Elm.
Glad to have you here at the Palace. We're very happy to have our student crew. We've got Cameron Stewart, we've got Honesty Berry, we've got Tori Williams, we've got Katya Mazahem, we've got Gianna Franklin. I'm trying to remember all the names. We've got a nice crew of students here tonight.
A lot of students. They are the backbone of all this.
They are. They're vital.
About that.
Yep, vital to the program, and we are very proud of what they are able to create for the community of Warren.
And Harding trying to get a little pressure here. And again, DJ Evans. Evans follows it up again, and Evans has become a force underneath for Boardman, following up his own shots, puts another 2 in. It is once again a 17-point Boardman lead.
Forgot about, of course, Jackie March is she's my go-to. She's here every game. She's like my most reliable. Didn't talk about Quay there for a second.
Haston Bates gets up with the left hand and puts it down. Scores his 10th point of the evening. Evans finds Ventresco wide open, streaking to the basket.
Yeah, you could sense that Boardman kind of is feeling confident. They're starting to smell a victory here a little bit. They're getting a little more vocalized, so the Raiders are going to have to make some good plays to really kind of quiet the team and try to settle themselves here.
Hightower breaks the press, and inside once again to Evans. And that ball is going to go over to Harding on the possession arrow.
Checking back into the Raiders, number 10, Duncan Boyd, number 11, Todd White, and number 30, Johnny Graham. Checking in for Boardman, number 33, Marco Stiliana.
We were happy here at Harding High School to have some of the have the student body here return in person. Hybrid this week. It was nice to have the energy of the students back. I know I felt really a lot better having kids in the building, Tom. I know that for sure. Nice shot there.
Donovan Herron for 2. And Hightower gets called for the offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Boardman.
Just extended that arm a little bit there to create that space for that shot. Referee called him on it.
Yeah, it certainly makes a difference having the students back here with us instead of speaking to a computer screen all day long. It's nice to have some faces and some interaction.
Yeah, felt way more natural. Also want to take the opportunity to thank...
Ty Pennington, and Pennington hits for 3!
Great shot by Pennington there. Thought we had a timeout there from the Raiders, but no.
And that brings Harding within 12 as we wind down the third quarter.
Big shot by Pennington here.
And Foster can't quite come up with that loose ball, but Harding does score the final few points of the third quarter to make it 43-31. They were down by 17 not long ago.
At 3 at the end of the third has to give the Raiders a little bit of hope there. You know, they've got to start the fourth quarter strong, play strong defense, and as we were talking about, create those turnover opportunities, create some transition points. One of the Raiders' strong points is the ability to create points on transitions.
They've kept themselves within shouting distance, and still close enough that Harding's still close enough that they can work that offense and work the ball inside, try to draw some fouls.
Some nice replays here. That was Bates working the post. And Boardman themselves being able to do the same. Do want to take the opportunity to thank the referee crew that's here tonight. We appreciate what they do for these young men and young women to allow them to play the game they love and to grow as teammates and learn many skills that will be helpful long past their days on the hardwood for sure.
And Boardman will open up with the ball here in the fourth quarter. Harding's going to need a few defensive stops if they want to climb their way back into this one.
Yeah, they have to clamp down right now.
There's Cervello. Cervello's off the mark. Foster comes up with that rebound. Johnny Graham looking for three. And Johnny Graham hits from the corner! And it's a 9-point Boardman lead. Harding within 9.
Those are some of those trays we were talking about. The Raiders start catching fire.
Cervello kicks it out. And that is off the mark. And DJ Evans is going to get called for the travel, and that's another turnover for Boardman.
A couple mistakes here made by Boardman, and he's starting to feel a little bit of momentum shifting.
And all of a sudden, Harding with a chance to get within 6 or 7 points here.
You convert on this offensive possession, and again, it's a new game.
Cross court to Foster. Foster finds Aston Bates. And Harding has given themselves an opportunity to show a little patience. Bates working underneath against Anderson. Johnny Graham's going to draw a block, and that's going to go against DJ Evans. It's his first foul of the evening. And what was once a 17-point lead is now only 9. Foster finds Pennington underneath, but Pennington gets that block. Here comes DiPietro.
Great find there by Foster.
Pops it out to Cervello. Cervello can't hit. Anderson with the rebound. And Harding comes up with the loose ball.
Raiders can reset the offense here.
And this is what we were looking for earlier on tonight, Fred. We want to see a strong Harding fourth quarter. That's something we haven't seen a lot of.
Right, that's going to be important here if they can snag a victory by just finishing strong here.
Foster drives it inside. He kicks it out to Pennington. Pennington for 3. Ethan Anderson comes up with the rebound for Boardman. Inside to DiPietro. And that looks like that's a foul going to go against Ty Pennington.
Props to Anderson there for being able to see that that shot was going to be long. He actually backed his way up about 3 or 4 feet past the hoop, was able to secure that rebound. He was in position before the ball was even halfway to the hoop.
5.5 minutes of play. It's a 43-34 Boardman Spartan lead. Anderson brings it inside, and Anderson goes up off the glass.
Anderson's presence was missed for the last part of that third quarter. He just kind of creates that energy for the Spartans a little bit.
6'6", and the big man handles the ball very well.
Does. Graceful handling the ball. Obviously a strong free throw shooter as well. And very good at positioning himself for rebounds. You know, he's just able to kind of read. He's played for all these, you know, he's played for, quite a while now. He's a senior with the experience. And he's able to just kind of get where the ball's going to be. I want to send a shout out to my friend, Mr. Frank Bozak, who is currently bringing a new battery for one of our camera people. But Frank is always on his grind and doing whatever he can to improve the look and quality of our broadcast. So he is an essential piece of the WSCN puzzle. So thank you, Mr. Bozak, although he's not able to hear me right now because he's changing a battery.
Frank Bozak, the father of Harding backboard cam.
He is the father and the conceiver of backboard cam. That's true.
Harding breaks the pressure. Tom Foster drives it inside. He can't get that one to go. Follows up his own shot, and that one he gets to go. And again, it's a 9-point. Harding again within 9 with 5 minutes to play. 45-36.
And if you want to get it over the 6'6" guy, you just got to be no hesitation. There's a travel there, I believe. Yep. Yeah, that Foster there collected that rebound and was back up too quickly for Anderson to react. So.
Harding again with an opportunity to close this gap. Still a lot of time left in the ball game. Pennington from way downtown, and Pennington hits from way beyond the arc. And Harding within 6 with 4.5 to play.
Pennington dialing up Curry distance here in the Palace.
Harding applying the pressure. And Ethan Anderson tries for 3, and that's no good, but Evans comes up with the loose ball.
Nice hustle there by Evans, who's been, as we said, hustling all night. Boardman taking their time here, being very patient.
Evans drives it in. A little bit too far in, and Foster comes up with that rebound, and Harding with a chance to close the gap a little more. Heron kicks it back out to Dom Foster. 3.5 to play. Harding within 6. Foster drives it inside, and he's going to draw another foul.
I think they may. Did they call a jump, or is that a foul? I couldn't tell what that was there.
Looks like they called a jump. It's going to be a Harding ball.
Yeah, I think one referee was thinking about calling a foul, and the other said for the jump ball, and they confirmed on that.
Certainly looked like he had his arm hooked maybe by Ethan Anderson on that, but at any rate, it's still a Harding ball. Pennington, and that's no good. Pennington looking for the 3. Coming up on 3 minutes to play.
And the same thing that kind of brought Harding behind early, the inability to make the 3, has kept them back, brought them back in this game here. They're making a few more of those.
DiPetro tries to drive it underneath for Boardman. That ball comes off of Johnny Graham, I believe. It remains Boardman ball underneath their own basket.
Raiders defense to be commended here in this fourth quarter, making it more difficult for sure for Boardman to get anything going offensively.
Hightower, no good, and there's a rebound for Pennington. He drives inside, kicks it out to Bates. Bates over to Graham. Ty Pennington. Pennington off the mark, and that ball is going to go over to Boardman. There's a timeout.
See what the Raiders can draw up here. I don't think they want to be relying on the 3 the entire time here to work the ball down low a little bit maybe. Their defensive pressure is stopping them.
They've worked themselves back within 6 points. They still have time to be a little patient, run that offense, and look for something a little more open.
Right. You don't need to come back with the 3 at this point. It is nice if you make them, but you know, feeding inside a little bit.
Drive the lane and make a basket, pick up the foul. There's other ways to get those 3 points.
Right. Yeah, that was a challenge 3 right there. So even if you work the ball down low, like you said, you might get them to collapse and get a better shot from behind the arc than that one there. Once again, we thank you for tuning in here to WSCN, WSCN YouTube channel, the Warden Student Communication Network. We hope you're enjoying the game here from the beautiful Palace in Warren, Ohio. I'd like to thank the administration, the school board for their support for our program over the past several years. WSCN has been around since 1992.
Anderson bringing the ball to court. He gets trapped. That ball is tipped, and it will remain in the possession of the Boardman Spartans.
I'm curious to see if Boardman here just tries to hold the ball a little bit and drain about a minute off this clock.
And that is going to be a foul as DiPietro tries to drive it in.
The answer to my question was no. They were going to be staying with the offensive firepower there.
See, third foul on Donovan Herron. Trey DiPietro goes to the line for 2. And the first one rattles around and finds its way in.
Number 1, DJ Evans.
And the second one is no good, and it is a 7-point Harding lead. Bates driving it down, kicks it out to Johnny Graham. And they're going to call a jump ball on that, and that ball goes back over to Boardman.
And my appreciation of the possession arrow continues, Tom.
Sarcasm disclaimer.
Yes, if you tune into some recent broadcasts, you'll see that I am not a fan of possession arrow. And I continue my stance there. That would be a lot of jump balls, I guess, if they did that every single time that happened.
There's something to be said about those jump balls.
There is. I guess if you're a Boardman fan, you're like, well, we got the 6'6" guy. We're feeling pretty good. You know, that's all right, though.
Timeout in the game, under 2 minutes to play. 7-point Boardman lead over Harding right now. Harding trying to scratch and claw their way back into this game. They've been down by as many as 17. And it looks like Harding's going to set up for a full court defense here. Try to harass Boardman a little bit, bringing the ball up the court. It gets it inbounds to Hightower. I think now Boardman's going to be content to start running some time off the clock. And there's a steal for Tom Foster. And Foster gently up and in to make it a 5-point ball game.
Smart move by Foster, just going for the layup. Yeah,
get the 2 points.
Don't need to get the dunk there, just get the points.
There's a 3 attempt, and that is good. Spencer Smith with a big three for Boardman. Brings it back to an 8-point Spartan lead.
What a clutch shot there by Smith.
There's some no-call contact in there as Bates tries to get inside, loses the ball, and it's Boardman ball once again. Peyton Stevenson checking in for the Raiders.
And those who are tuned in, just let you know, we got a couple other events coming up. The girls basketball team will be on WSCN next Saturday, and on Monday the 8th as well. And then on Wednesday the 10th, a lot of girls basketball coming up in the next week and a half, starting next Saturday. So watch our Lady Raiders, who I believe are 10-1 is their record, I believe.
Sounds about right.
So
they're off to a hot start.
Having a great season so far, so if you want to watch the Lady Raiders in action, WSCN is the place to come to see that.
A foul called on Peyton Stevenson. And we are now under a minute to play with an 8-point Harding lead. So a valiant comeback by the Raiders and a little stronger fourth quarter than we've been seeing lately, but
Definitely.
Looks like we're still going to come up just a little bit short here. And Spencer Smith with the three, and that is probably the final nail in the coffin this evening.
And the senior really finishing with 2 strong three-pointers there at the end of this game.
As Boardman back out to an 11-point lead with 30 seconds to go in the contest.
So again, the Raiders, the Raiders don't have a lot of wins in the column here this year, but they really have shown heart in several of these games. And I think that this their fourth quarter performance coming back, clawing their way back from what was a cold start from behind the arc, is very impressive. But Boardman looks like they might just be a little bit too much tonight with the experience and the height that they bring.
Harding got it back to within 5 points at one point.
The Spartans have been a very balanced team tonight. They haven't made a lot of mistakes. They've had some turnovers and things like that, but they've played very solid basketball. And if you have a team that has a lot of height and a lot of patience, and they're hard to beat.
Luke Ryan hits the first of his free throws. And he sinks the second one, making it a 13-point Boardman lead, 27 seconds to play.
And returning for Harding, number 11, Ty Pennington.
And Donovan Herron, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, spinning, gets it off the glass.
It's rumbling nice. Chris Berman. Rumbling, stumbling. The voice of the sports of my youth and growth. I love myself some Chris Berman. So about 19.4 seconds here left in this game. Our next boys game is on my schedule. According to my schedule, isn't for a while. I believe the 16th against Massillon. Keep an eye on the Warren City Schools site. Look under the athletic calendar, and you can see the home games for the boys and the girls. We will be bringing them to you here on WSCN. But as I said, I think our next scheduled game is Saturday, the 6th here. Our girls are going to be welcoming Akron St. Vincent St. Mary to the Palace. Is there someone that came from Akron St. Vincent St. Mary that's a pretty well-known basketball player?
I think there might have been, yeah.
I don't know who. I'll have to think about that.
He might even possibly played for Cleveland for a year or two.
Right.
And we're down to 10 seconds, and Boardman just winding the clock down, and that looks like it's going to do it. From the Palace at Atlantic and Elm, Harding falls 54-43, but certainly a spirited attempt at coming back. Got the game within 5 points.
We saw the Raiders make some great threes down in the end, down the stretch there, kind of get back into this game. But Boardman, a lot. It was just too much tonight for them. But a valiant effort by the Raiders. I don't think they have anything to be ashamed about in this performance against Boardman. They held their own, and they did claw back there into the end of the game and really make
Boardman,
this exciting.
a 10-3 ball club coming in now 11-3 and 5-0 in the conference, and still Harding showed we talked about it, much stronger fourth quarter than we've seen lately. So that hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
That bodes well for them in the games down the road here. So that you want to see. I'm sure Coach Franklin was happy with the fourth quarter performance here. They're showing some growth as a team, and that's what you want to see.
And that'll do it for us from the Palace at Atlantic and Elm. Again, always appreciate you stopping by WSCN, spending a Saturday evening with us. And until the next time, Raider Faithful, Fred, always a pleasure. Great working with you, my man.
Always great, my friend. I will see you soon. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe out there.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you later, Raider Nation.